This conference will now be recorded.
Hello, వాయిస్ క్లియర్గా ఉందా? ప్లీజ్ రెస్పాండ్. లీలా, దుర్గా, హారిక, శబానా, షబ్న.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
sir.
clear.
Audible.
సూపర్ సూపర్, థ్యాంక్ యూ. సో ఆన్లైన్లో ఉన్న వాళ్ళు ఒకసారి మీ ఇంట్రడక్షన్ ఇవ్వగలరా? మీ పేరు, మీ ఎడ్యుకేషనల్ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్, అలాగే ప్రెసెంట్ ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్ స్టేటస్. ఫ్రెషరా లేకపోతే ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్డా? స్టార్ట్ విత్ లీలా. లీలా కృష్ణ గంగిరెడ్డి. Okay, move on to Harika Samineni.
Hi, I'm Harika.
అయితే నేను లీలాకృష్ణ.
Oh,
నేను నా
yeah,
పేరు లీలాకృష్ణ.
super, super. Continue.
Presently working in concrete technology sales executive.
Okay.
Inside corporate IT sales.
Okay, can you please repeat voice clarity లేదు?
నా పేరు లీలాకృష్ణ సార్. నేను కాంక్రీట్ టెక్నాలజీస్ లో కార్పొరేట్ సేల్స్ లో వర్క్ చేస్తున్నాను సార్ ప్రెసెంట్.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Harika?
Hi, I'm Harika. నాకు ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ లేదు. మాస్టర్ స్టూడెంట్ నేను ఇండస్ట్రీ.
Okay, super. మీ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్, ఎడ్యుకేషన్ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్?
ఇప్పుడు సిఎస్ చేస్తున్నాను. బీటెక్‌లో ఎలక్ట్రానిక్స్ అండ్ కమ్యూనికేషన్ ఈసీఈ తీసుకున్నాను.
Okay, super. Shabna?
Hi, sir. My name is Shapna. I completed my BBA. It's from commerce background. And after that, I have 3 years of experience in bank sector. And now currently, I'm not working.
Okay,
Last June, I have
super.
resigned. Sir.
Okay, okay. Next, Durga?
Hello, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm Durga. I completed my MBA. Now I'm working as a purchasing executive.
okay. Okay, super. So, నేను క్లాస్ ఇంగ్లీష్ అండ్ తెలుగు మిక్స్లో తీసుకుంటాను. ఇస్ దట్ ఓకే ఫర్ పీపుల్ ఆన్లైన్? జస్ట్ చాట్లో ఎస్ ఆర్ నో పెట్టండి.
Okay,
Sir, I
sir.
can't understand completely, sir. I'm
You
from
can
Kerala.
okay, no problem. No, no, I just saying I will communicate in both English and Telugu. I'm not saying
Yeah.
only Telugu.
Oh,
Okay?
okay, sir. Okay, okay, fine.
So yeah. So yesterday we discussed something about legacy platforms or legacy systems. Okay, so legacy platform means old systems, which takes slow to build. At the same time, it follows a step-by-step procedure. Okay, um, when we try to build an application, these are the necessary steps we should follow before the invent of Android or iOS. So initially, we should have an idea what should the app about, and the second thing we need to buy and set up hardware regarding the servers, networking, internet, storage, everything. We need to uh, get an estimation and buy the hardware. When we done setting up the hardware, we need to build the software. So by the software, we develop, we test, and we execute the software. Okay, these three steps will be there in the uh, building software process. So after done with the software process, we define the user access. How many users at single point of time can access our application? So that depends upon the reach in the market. Okay, that's the user access thing. After the user access thing, we need to get the reports and analytics. How many people are using our app? How many places actually our app is penetrating? So, and after that, we need to set up the security. Okay, so after security, we will make the application public. So these are the necessary steps we need to take in the old process, old system, old hardware. Okay, so there are some problems with it. The problems are something like this. When we are setting the hardware, the servers and the networking has to be in certain place, either in our premises, in our company, or we will buy the third party hardware, or else it will be located in the another company. Okay, so if there are any issues with the hardware, for suppose if the hardware crashes, or if there any emergency happen at the site, or any cyber attack happened, we lose the data, we lose the server. Okay, so that will be the first problem. Second thing, when we want to update the hardware, if we want to update the hardware, we need to physically go there, we need to physically update it, and we need to check is the new hardware is syncing with the old systems or not, is it properly working or not. It takes more time. Okay, so at the same time the syncing process will be a lumbersome process, because it will, we need to check from start to end, is the data safe or not, is the application running smooth or not, we need to check that as well. And when coming to the user access, if suppose our app hits its, then the number of users increases. So we cannot just increase the user access by just clicks. No, we need to go there again, we need to check with the servers again, we need to sync with that, so that will be a again hectic process. Okay, so approximately, if you want to build an application through legacy platforms, it will take at least 6 months to 2 years, depending upon the application, how big it is, what are you building actually. Okay, సో లెగసీ ప్లాట్ఫామ్లో మనం బిల్డ్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు హార్డ్వేర్ని అప్డేట్ చేయడం చాలా కష్టం. ఎందుకంటే ఫిజికల్గా మనం కొనాల్సి వస్తుంది, దాన్ని సేఫ్ గార్డ్ చేయడం కూడా కష్టం. ఎందుకంటే అది ఒక్క చోటే ఉంటుంది, దాన్ని రెప్లికేట్ చేయాలన్నా, రెండో కాపీ ఉంచాలన్నా మళ్ళీ అగైన్ ఫైనాన్షియల్లీ ఇట్స్ ఎ బర్డెన్. హార్డ్వేర్, నాట్ జస్ట్ అప్డేటింగ్ ద హార్డ్వేర్, కొత్త రకమైన హార్డ్వేర్ వచ్చిందంటే పాత దాని నుంచి కొత్త దానికి మార్చాలన్నా ఫైనాన్షియల్గా బర్డెన్ ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, దాన్ని సేఫ్ గార్డ్ చేయడం, సేఫ్ గార్డ్ మీన్స్ యాక్సిడెంట్ అవ్వకుండా ఉండాలి, ఓకే, సైబర్ అటాక్స్ అవ్వకుండా ఉండాలి. ఇలాంటి వాటి నుంచి జాగ్రత్తగా ఉంచుకోవడం కష్టం. అట్ ద సేమ్ టైం అప్డేట్స్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు సింకింగ్ కరెక్ట్గా ఉందా లేదా చెక్ చేసుకోవడం చూసుకోవాలి. ఓకే, యూజర్ యాక్సెస్ ఒకవేళ మన అప్లికేషన్ హిట్ అయితే, మోర్ పీపుల్ వస్తే ఒకవేళ అప్పటికప్పుడు అప్డేట్ చేయడం కష్టం. ఇట్ విల్ టేక్ సమ్ టైమ్. అగైన్ మనం వెళ్ళాలి, ఎంతమంది వస్తున్నా చూసుకోవాలి, సర్వర్స్ కొనాలి, బిల్ చేయాలి, అగైన్ ఇది చాలా పెద్ద ప్రాసెస్. ఓకే, అది దట్ ద ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ విత్ లెగసీ. సో నౌ we will go to another concept, which is client server. Right now we are using cloud computing, but let's check how before generations use the client server. So we deal with the generation 1. Exit, make it online. Okay, generation 1, which is also known as leased line. Okay, so it is dedicated to the client. Perfect example, railways, which is ticket counter. So generation 1 works like this. Actually, let us consider TCS is providing generation 1 client server to the railways. Okay, so he need to provide a cable from the office to every railway counter. A wire goes from client server to the railways. Physically, it should be there. Okay, so we check with the advantages. We can say it is super fast. We can say highly secure. How can we say it is super fast? When you try to book a ticket while in Tatkal, okay, we can book two ways. We can go to the application or laptop, or else we will go to the counter, right? Uh, there will be a 50-50 chances if you are booking from the mobile. But if you go to the counter, you will definitely get a book ticket because it is fast. The cable is there, the connection is fast. There will be no lag. Second thing, highly secure. So if someone cut the wire connected to his computer, he cannot access the data. He needs to have this specific application, specific security token to open that. So no one can interpret the data. If we have an, if we, for suppose if we have the access to the cable, so it's highly secure and super fast. Let's go with disadvantages. What will be the disadvantages? Huh? Time taking process. Of course, installation takes time, but once it is installed, uh, uh, it is done, right. So, what will be the disadvantages with it? Any guess? Online people, you can reply it in the chat if you have an idea. What will be the disadvantages of generation one client server? Okay. So first one is costly because we need to lay the cable physically to every counter, right, from the client server. We need to physically. So it's a costly affair. Second thing, maintenance. So for suppose any electrical department guys are digging the road, okay, to check the cable, or the drainage system people are digging the road to check their things are properly working or not. In that process, if we hit the cable, if the cable is broken, the people need to check the whole cable from start to end. Is there any problem with the cable? So the maintenance is a big issue when we are dealing with generation 1 client server. Okay, so that is the generation 1. Next we'll go to the generation 2. So generation 2 is, we all know this, VPN, virtual private network. Okay, it is also a dedicated line, but it is through internet. Okay, so we will have a VPN when you are getting the computer. So there will be a specific IP address. Only through that specific IP address we will access the application. To develop or to access it, you will have a specific one. At the same time, there will be a security token as well. So let's check advantages. So what will be the advantages? Low cost. So if you got the license, it will be easy, okay, low cost and more secure because it's VPN. No one can access from the other computer. You should have that specific location dependency. Okay, what will be the disadvantage? What do you think? Hmm? Yeah. Then, so there will be device dependency. So you need to have the specific device to access. Actually, that is the first thing. Second thing will be location dependency. You cannot access from, not from anywhere. You need to have some specific location to basically access this. Okay, so that will be about the second generation. Okay, by the time we reach the second generation, we got the internet. Okay, internet access is it is good. Okay, not too super fast, which is right now, but the internet access is there. Okay, uh, company, most probably generation 2, At the time, there will be less work from home culture, so he need to access it from the office. At the same time, the specific laptop will be there, which will be accepted by the network. In the stations. Exactly. So we will go to the generation 3, which is cloud computing. Okay. So what do you mean by cloud computing? So we have a server which is physically somewhere other place. Okay. We are accessing the server through internet. Okay. So we are connecting to the server through internet, which is physically not needed to us. Okay, not just one server. We have multiple servers. If one crashes, there will be other one immediately accessible. So there will be no problem with the crashing of the server there. So we check with the advantages. These are the simple things. That's why just I'm facing up. Okay. So what will be the advantage? Any guess, people online? Okay. Seasonal loss. No, it's again low cost. Server is low cost. Again, secure is also same thing. Advantage, device dependency is not there, so it is device independent. Okay, you can add access from anywhere, no problem, no issue. Okay, and location as well. We can say location independent. Exactly. What will be disadvantage? Only thing is, as I said, internet. We should have a proper speed internet. So these are the three things. So right now we are in generation 3 client server. Okay, super. So now we go. What is cloud computing? IT service. Okay. Tell me. These these various approaches to access IT services over by internet by um, paying rental amount to the device, the rental amount to the device. Super. Any guess? Simply, we can say it's a delivery of computing resources, not just computer or application, computing resources over the internet as a service. We need to provide a service. That's right. What we are providing here, we are providing computing services. Actually, that will be the specific thing. So we are delivering a computer resources over an internet as a service, which is called cloud computing. Okay. So I will tell you some points. Please note it down. So definition will be delivery of a computing resources over an internet as a service is called cloud computing, CC. Done. Okay. So the word cloud stands for internet, basically. Okay. Basically, the cloud or the concept of cloud started at 1994. Gotcha. Uh, the first practical cloud, we can say the first realistic cloud, which is Salesforce platform cloud, initially started around 1999, but the service cloud will be started around 2005. 1999 it is Salesforce. Actually, Salesforce. 1994 no cloud computing. 1999 no Salesforce. Yes. So the service cloud is started at something around 2005, and we can say the first utility cloud is Amazon Web Services, which is started at on 2006. And the first open source cloud, which is Eucalyptus, 2008. 8. Eucalyptus, first open source cloud. And the last on the list, the first open source software for deploying private and hybrid clouds. For both deploying private and hybrid clouds, okay, that will be Open Nebula, which is on 2008. Okay, after this point, there are uh, numerous clouds introduced. So until 2000, these are the first things happened. Okay, yeah. So these are some points regarding the cloud computing. Whatever I speak now, I will write it in a document and share with you. Okay. Next, we will discuss cloud modules. So there will be three modules, which is SaaS, software as a service. Exactly. SaaS and the platform as a service. Yes. TAS IaaS and infrastructure as a service. Yes. So SaaS represents software as a service. PaaS represents platform as a service. IaaS represents infrastructure as a service. So what do you mean by these three modules? So the first one, SaaS. So basically, we are cloud. Basically means we are offering computing resources over an internet, right? So when coming to the SaaS, we are offering software application as a service. So these software applications are basically hosted on a remote server. Okay, physically you cannot see that, but it is hosted on a remote server. You can access that software application through internet. Okay, so basically it's software application. So we are accessing through internet. First, the first thing. Second thing, it is hosted on a remote server. Remote. Software application. Then remote server place. That's it. So while dealing with it, we will get these following things: applications. Okay, we will get data. We will get runtime. Okay, we will get detail. And we will get OS and virtualization and servers and storage, networking. Okay, these are the things we actually get when we are selecting SaaS module. Okay, applications, you can say uh, we will get applications when we buy this module directly, which I can say out of box functionality. Please note on the keyword out of box functionality. While you coming tomorrow, daily I will give some keywords. Please do some research on that. Come back tomorrow. Okay. So the today's keyword will be out of box functionality. It's a type of application, okay, which will be available under the SaaS module. So data. So data means not just the data which we store, but we get the details about the data. What data is representing. Okay. Is it good? How which people are reacting, either male or female, or which age group is reacting more. We can get the data about the data as well. Runtime. Runtime is nothing but for any services you buy towards cloud, there will be a validity. There will be a limit. How much can we use it? So that runtime represents that. So middleware is nothing but communicating between the storage, between the database and the application. At the same time, communication between the application and the outside other applications. For example, we are using Salesforce. Okay, so there will be other client which is having data on another application which is not Salesforce. We need to communicate with that. By the middleware, we can do that. So it's just communication between two applications. Yeah. That's not middleware. Middleware is two different platforms. Data is transferred actually. Exactly. Okay. So database and applications. Okay. The OS, you know the OS. Uh, when we are dealing with the cloud computing, we require only browser, which is most available in any OS. So if you take Android, if you take iOS, if you take Linux, the browser is the common thing of all the OS things, right? So he provide the OS as well. So virtualization. So completely it is based on internet. So storage, servers, networking. These are the common things which we get. So SaaS is mostly for end users. What do you mean by that? For example, all email services, Gmail, Yahoo, Hotmail, which are all email services, which is an example of SaaS. We are going there, we are signing up, we are using the mail, we are sending it, we are receiving it. As simple as that. Okay, so it is OS independent. If you have a browser, you can use it. If you have an application, that's even more good, right? There will be data limit will be there, but if you go for the Gmail, you can get 15 GB. You can update it as well, but there is a limit. Okay, so you can send email from one email service to another email service as well, from email to Yahoo, vice versa. Okay, another examples will be um, Dropbox. You can say Salesforce as well. Salesforce, uh, Cisco, Webex, Concur. The meeting which it is running right now, it is GoToMeeting, right? It is also an example of SaaS module. Okay, that will be about SaaS. Next, we are going to PaaS, which is platform as a service. In SaaS, basically, we are offering software applications, right? These are the simple things. So, when I'm coming to the platform as a service, we are offering computing, computing resources, basically computing platform. Okay, and solution stack. ఇప్పుడు అది ప్లాట్ఫామ్ యాజ్ సర్వీస్ లో ఇప్పుడు 20% వర్క్ అనేది అది చేస్తుంది, మిగతా 30% వర్క్ అనేది మనం చేసుకోవాలి. Exactly. For example, there will be some companies who don't follow the casual procedure. Okay, they don't buy the standard procedure. For example, if you know Rolls Royce company, okay, you never find an ad on TV or any other platform regarding Rolls Royce. You will get the Swift, other companies, the local made companies, Hyundai, everything. You will see the ads there. But certain companies have superior brand value. They don't follow the normal procedure followed by the other companies. Okay, they have a special procedure, we can say. Okay, so their customer base is completely different. In that scenario, they don't buy SaaS module; they go for PaaS module. So they have a separate logic or solution stack or procedure. In that scenario, they will go to PaaS. Okay, so in this module, we don't get the application and data. The remaining things will be there. Okay, so runtime will be there, middleware will be there, OS virtualization, server, storage, networking, everything will get. Okay, and who are these users? So you can say all uh, cloud developers will be using this pass. Okay, not end user don't use this pass. Okay, we are the cloud developers, simply said. Okay, and it means okay, cloud consultant. Okay, so these people work here basically in this area. Um, yep. Example: AWS, Amazon Web Services will be one of the example. Microsoft Azure. Okay, Prime, Netflix. Hmm. So we have Prime on Netflix, right? Okay, so they have their own subscription model. They have their own user base. Okay, so rather than going for the normal streams like YouTube or some other thing, they have a different plan of approach. Their approach is completely different. Okay, how they play the video, how they present the video, they want to take the control over that. Okay, సో వాళ్ళు ప్రజెంట్ చేసే డేటా మీద వాళ్ళ స్పెసిఫిక్ యూజర్స్ మీద కంట్రోల్ ఉన్నప్పుడు వాళ్ళగా డెవలప్ చేసుకోవాలనుకుంటే ప్యాస్ మాడ్యూల్ కదా. ఓకే, నార్మల్గా నాకు ఏమొద్దు, అవుట్ ఆఫ్ ద బాక్స్ ఫంక్షనాలిటీ ఉంటే చాలు, నాకు అప్లికేషన్ ఉంటే జస్ట్ ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసుకుంటా బయటికి వెళ్ళిపోతానంటే సాస్ మాడ్యూల్ కదా. ఓకే, సో ఇక్కడ ఏమొస్తుందంటే ఇన్ దిస్ సినారియో వీ విల్ సే force.com. It is a Salesforce one, Salesforce example. To build our own application. Okay, so we'll go to the last module, which is IaaS, which is infrastructure as a service. In this module, we are offering computing hardware as a service. Okay, we are just providing computer service. What do you mean by that? We are providing only these four things. That's it. Who will work here? Yes, cloud architects will be there. Cloud architects will be designing from the scratch. They only need remote hardware or cloud hardware. That's it. For example, if there is a bank who want to build their own application over the internet, they don't want to take the chance of security breach or something. So they want to completely build from the scratch. Okay, they don't want any analytics or the data, nothing. Okay, they want to take complete control over their operations, start to finish, completely start to finish. But they want a remote cloud servers. In that scenario, they will go for the infrastructure as a service model. Okay, so few examples will be Salesforce database. Salesforce database will be a perfect example. We can say google Google Drive is also a perfect example. We can say Amazon Web Services is a perfect example. You can say Cisco. Okay, Microsoft Azure. These are all prominent or people or the services available right now. Yeah, they just they give you the space. You can build on that. Not the Google Drive which we are using right now. No, that is not infrastructure as a service. Okay, some people build the applications in the Google Drive itself only. They build their databases, they build their applications from the scratch. Anything you can build from the scratch. But what we are using right now, that is not what we say. It is not IaaS, infrastructure as a service. For example, when you are uploading a picture into Google Drive, it is showing the format, right? If you are uploading a video, it is recognizing it as a video. And it is playing the video. It means there is an inbuilt photo viewer, photo editor, video player. These are some software which are not visible to you, but they are in the Google Drive. So it is not clean. So there are some applications background they're running in the background which you cannot see. So that is not infrastructure as a service module. That is a software as a service module. Okay, this will be the three modules basically. Uh, so that's about the modules. And we will go to the clouds. There will be different types of clouds. Yes. That's not. So before going to the different types of cloud, I want to say two types of clouds depending upon the location of the cloud. So sometimes we have on premise. What do you mean by on premise? You are running a company, for example. Okay, you want a server. Okay, you want a server which is hosted in your company. You don't want to put this server out of your premise. Okay, you don't want to take the chance of security breach or data breach. Okay, the servers will be hosted in your premise, in your place, that is on premise. Okay, sometimes you have on demand, or else you can say outsourced. So you have this, you have the server, you have the database, you have the networking, but you are giving to the third party. So it is not your place. Okay. So why do you choose on premise or why do you choose outsourced? On premise is pretty much costly because you need to have the power supply, you need to have security, you need to have the specific infrastructure to have the servers online 24 by 7. You need to have the specific people who are running door to door. So it will be a costly affair. The maintenance is high, but we will choose the on-premise if your data is very sensitive. For example, take any movie which is a big franchise. Okay, private DC or Marvel. Okay, they usually don't take the chance of putting their movie data or movie clips out of their premise because there is a breach, right? So in that scenario, if it is very sensitive, if it is very if you want to make it very secure, you don't want to data to go out, then we choose on premise. Outsource will be less costly affair when compared with the on premise. Less maintenance because you are not going to maintain it. You are just going to the third party. You are paying the price, choosing the module, the specification which you want to do. Okay, we are getting the how many user access. We will get the user access. Done. That's it. You will have the IDs. That's it. So it's a low cost labor. If you think it's not too sensitive, it is also secure. But if you don't want to take a chance, then you go for on-premise. That's the basic difference. Okay, it's not the type of the clouds, but I can say depends upon the location of your servers or storage. We can say this will be the two things. Okay, so the types of clouds will be private and community and public and hybrid. Okay. Private cloud. What do you mean by private cloud? Simply, if it is a cloud which is specifically for single organization, they don't want to mix more than one organization. The cloud will be specifically complete storage, complete servers, complete networking will be dedicated to a single organization. Is called private cloud. Okay, which is also called internal cloud. The private one is called, and there is community cloud. Community cloud basically means several organizations with common agenda will club and use the cloud. For example, government organizations, central government will be there, state government will be there. In the central government, there will be several departments, but there is common agenda. So they have a community cloud. Other example will be banks. There will be different kinds of banks. Okay, so we can transfer money from one bank to another bank, RTGS, NEFT, or these things. So, if we want to make the transfer between different organizations, but they having the same agenda, in that scenario, we use community cloud. That's why the transfer are happening between uh, two different banks completely. Okay, that will be the community cloud. Public cloud. Public cloud basically means it's for the less restrictions, less complexity. It will be open to the public. Okay, that will be public. Hybrid will be if in a case we use more than two clouds, for example, public and private or public and community. In that scenario, we say it is hybrid. Hybrid is very rare, basically. Okay, so but the beauty of hybrid is actually it is moving data from one deployment cloud to another. For example, private is one specific cloud, right? Public is one specific cloud. If we are choosing the hybrid, the data is transferring from private cloud to public cloud. So that is rare case scenario, but that's what that's how the hybrid cloud works. So I will want to give some assignment, which is take some examples. Come tomorrow with some examples regarding private, community, public, and hybrid. What are the examples? I want live examples, not just textbook case scenarios. What will be the live clouds available out there? Okay, public, private, community, and hybrid. Okay, so uh, uh, మనకు తెలిసినవి నిజంగా బయట వర్క్ అవుతున్నవి థియరీ కాకుండా మనకు తెలిసినవి రిలేటబుల్గా ఉన్నవి నేషనల్ ఇంటర్నేషనల్ ఏ ఉన్నాయి ఓకే ఆ క్లౌడ్ ఫోర్ క్లౌడ్స్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ అండ్ వన్ మోర్ థింగ్ అవుట్ ఆఫ్ బాక్స్ ఫంక్షనాలిటీ టెర్మినాలజీ దాని వాట్ ఇస్ ద మీనింగ్ ఆఫ్ అవుట్ ఆఫ్ ద బాక్స్ ఫంక్షనాలిటీ At the same time, I'm given some examples regarding these modules, right? SaaS, PaaS, and as. Uh, Go and check these modules. What is Dropbox? What is Salesforce? What is Cisco? What is WebEx? What is Concur? Who is the provider? What is this application actually providing? Please go and check it so that you know the variety of industries cloud is dealing with. Okay, so what are the examples I've given? I will share the notes as well. Go and check each one of them. Okay, so that will be about pretty much about the introduction of cloud, different types of clouds, modules of cloud. We can say we deal with the client servers. There are three generations of client servers, legacy platforms. Before the advent of cloud, how we actually approach the making process of application, which is legacy. Okay, so these are the pretty much introduction. So we will learn more about Salesforce. Mm, we are using Salesforce. That's okay. If you are a customer, for example, you are using Salesforce. You have a simple question, which is how can I use Salesforce? If you are a customer, what is there for me? Simply put. Okay, we'll check that. Hmm? So there is something called Salesforce Customer 360. Mhm. Yeah, it is right, but it is completely different. Mhm. Okay, so if you are a customer, there are some segments which is necessary for you. Basic things, something like sales. If you want to increase the sales or track the details about the sales, okay, so there is a separate cloud in Salesforce which deals with the sales specifically. Okay, so what will be the next probable thing when you're done with the sales? For suppose you are selling an AC, okay, my AC in the market. There are so many types of ACs in the market. You are sold an AC that's installed in the house. That's okay. What will be the next thing you can look for? The maintenance of the AC, which is service. If there are any repairs, if there are any maintenance, is if there is any issue with the product, actually we tend to service, right? Though there will be a specific a cloud deal with the service. Marketing is nothing but expanding or making your product out there, so it will be letting know by the more people. It will be approached, reach the more of a reach. Actually, it's about the marketing. Commerce is nothing but the revenue model. How can you what we can say, by commerce you basically know where your money is going. మీరు పెట్టిన డబ్బులు ఎక్కడికి వెళ్తున్నాయి, ఎక్కడ మనం ఎక్కువ సంపాదించగలం, ఎక్కడ తప్పులు చేస్తున్నాం, వేర్ కెన్ వి డూ బెటర్. ఓకే, వేర్ యువర్ మనీ ఈస్ గోయింగ్, వేర్ కెన్ ఐ కంట్రోల్, వేర్ కెన్ ఐ ఇన్వెస్ట్ మోర్. That thing we can get it by the commerce analytics. We get the analytics. Okay, these are the other type of clouds. So another assignment will be go there, explore these clouds. What is these clouds? Go to the sales, click on sales. Go to the Google, just type Salesforce customer 360. Okay, please note it down. So if you go for the sales, so it will be there. Just check there. There is a data. You can see that. How can Sales Cloud help your business? Just get familiarity with the sales ecosystem. Okay, grow revenue with confidence. How can you make mobile? This is about specifically about sales. So if you go for service, it will be a separate thing. So explore every cloud which is out there. Okay, what will be the service? What are actually we are doing in the service cloud? Yeah, tell me. Sales. Ah. Customer Salesforce customer సేల్స్ ఎలా చేస్తావు ప్రొడక్ట్ అమ్మాలి ఎలా అమ్ముతావు సి నువ్వు ఒక షాప్ పెట్టావు ఓకే నీ షాప్లో వస్తువులు చూడడానికి చాలా మంది వస్తారు వచ్చిన ప్రతివాడు కొండు ఓకే చూసిన ప్రతివాడు కొండు there will be a bunch of customers coming into your shop. No, not every customer visits don't buy the stuff. Some people buy, some people don't. Sometimes we need customers from outside your reach, which we approach by campaigning. ఒక్కొక్కసారి బళ్ళు మీ బైక్స్ రైట్ నాట్ ఆల్ ద టైమ్ we can see bikes campaign on the road sometimes. They put there to increase the sales. Okay, to know to get the bike familiar with the people, they take that bikes near to them, they advertise it. Hmm. Exactly. So, if we have one or two customers, you can easily track. What happens if we have more than 500 customers? What have if we have 1,000 customers? We need to track them. Okay, how many people we have contacted? How many people are interested? How many people really got our subscriptions? For example, take any bank services. They call you for the ATM card. Okay, they have a data that you have an account in specific bank and you are an employee. In that case scenario, you are eligible for some credit card. So they call you basically to let you know that you are eligible for the credit card is the first thing. And second thing, they ask you, are you interested? If you are interested, then they will get you the details and get you the card. So there will be some specific stages, multiple stages. Okay, so if we have a specific cloud, then we know which customer is in which stage. Okay, if some customer is not interested, we can remove from the calling list, as simple as that. If he is some specific customers are showing interest, okay, if we have bunch of customers, if we don't track these people, the interested people get lost. We don't call them because we don't know which customer is whose. Okay, and we assign customers to specific people as well, so that for example, Panindra has some 1 to 10 customers, Ketan has 20 to 30, I have 40 to 60. So you only deal with your specific clients. Okay, so the confusion will be minimal, and we can approach effectively. Okay, so that will be the clouds. Please go and explore every cloud, not just sales. So go to the all products, explore everything, every cloud out there. Okay, so we can say there are more. We can say so these are the industries basically deal by the Salesforce. So automobile will be there, communications, consumer goods. Every industry basically are using Salesforce right now, not just IT. You can say IT, but if you want to be very specific, you can say these are the industries. Please go there, check it. Okay, anything, go there. Okay, media. What is the media? CR solutions. What are Salesforce media people are using? Okay, so these are the how Salesforce is empowering the media. Please check that. Okay. Yeah. Hmm. We work in the clouds basically. Sales cloud, service cloud. We work in the clouds. The client depends upon the client. Your industries change. Okay. There's some kinds there will be L&T client will be there. Sometimes uh, Bank of America comes. That's financial. L&T will be the construction. So it depends upon your client, your industry change. But basically, specifically, we are attached to the clouds, which is sales, service, markets, commerce cloud. So if you go to any job portal, if you go and search any job portal, search for any openings out there, uh, they will mention the cloud there. So I need a person who willing to work in this specific cloud. Is this will be the roles and responsibilities of that individual. So that will be there. So we are basically attached to the clouds, less to the industry. Okay. So and one more thing is uh, some discussions are there like Salesforce are only for the large companies. Okay, very big MNCs can handle or big customer base can handle. Even a company with annual turnover of 10 lakhs can also buy and use this Salesforce. I can tell you two familiar example, not small but familiar example will be Redbus. Redbus is using Salesforce. Redbus, and the small example will be uh, there will be they are I don't know the company specific, but you know those sticks, right? Agarbatti. There is a company in Vijayawada which is using Salesforce, which is a small business. It is not a large scale one. So large scale and small scale people can also use Salesforce. What I mean by that is the base of customers is large. It is not restricted to only a specific set of people. Okay, so that's about Salesforce customer. Anyone can access, and once a customer enters to the Salesforce domain, every need in every stage will be justified and catered. That's it. Everything, not just sales. There will be service. There will be marketing. There will be knowledge cloud. Okay, there will be experience cloud. Even there is an artificial intelligence which is called Einstein. If you go and explore all clouds, you will get the Einstein as well. Please check Einstein. Okay, Einstein is rapidly increasing right now in Salesforce. And I want to you to explore uh, the Salesforce economy. How many jobs the Salesforce actually providing? Okay, so I can see Salesforce thriving. So there is stats which saying by 2026 Salesforce will create 9.3 million jobs more, not present. I'm just saying it will add 9.3 million jobs actually. It's not a small number, right? And the economy wise, $1.6 trillion. So please check with the Salesforce economy as well. Note down the Salesforce economy. Yes. So I send you some things. First one will be out of the box functionality, and get some examples. Okay. Real time examples of clouds, private, community, public, and hybrid. And I ask you to explore Salesforce Customer 360. If you type the Salesforce Customer 360, you will get this website. Go to the products, explore each and every product. Okay, so you will get that, and at the same time, industries as well. What kind of industries does Salesforce is right now in? Okay, so I will stop the class at this point. So tomorrow there are some simple things we can theoretical things we can wrap it up, and if possible, if there is time, I will let you show the environment of the Salesforce, how to log in. Okay, what are the ecosystem is there. If probable, please bring your laptops with you. Okay, so that you can parallelly do with it. Online people which are out there, if you have multiple devices, so please have two devices at hand, so that you can also parallelly create an account in the Salesforce. When I show you the Salesforce ecosystem, okay, you can also log in along with me. So that's it for today. Any doubts? Any doubts for them? Okay, that's it. So we will meet tomorrow, something around 8 to 8:15. Okay, please communicate with Akshara, right, to create some WhatsApp group, so that everybody will be Kiranmay madam. Okay, just communicate with the Kiranmay madam, so that we have a you guys have in WhatsApp group, so that we have a sync. Okay, okay. Thank you.